Neymar, Neymar, Neymar. If you're PSG, do you keep him? Yay or nay? Again, pun intended, because I'm shameless with it and I feed off of the cringe of others. So yay or nay to nay. Hi, I'm Adrian. This is of course Rabona TV, and with all of these links away from PSG, with all of these rumors of Neymar being offered to other big clubs in Europe, you know we gotta look at the situation and try to sort through the BS, because there are conflicting reports out there, people. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe. Hell, put notifications on, because a lot of you tell me that YouTube isn't telling you when I upload anymore. So I appreciate it, YouTube. You do your absolute best to ensure that viewers don't see the videos from the creators they are subscribed to. You weirdos. Anyways, let's start with some value talk. Then we'll get into his apparent renewal clause and a diagnosis on whether he's a good signing for prospective clubs. Capiche? So we have looked at Neymar previously, and if you want to see a video in which I have a lot of empathy for Neymar and his overall career and the ridiculous pressure that was put on him from such a young age and continues to follow him as a now older player, then I recommend looking into that video I posted last year. I collaborated with my friend Filippo, whom you may know as a US men's national team YouTuber, but he's also Brazilian. Anyway, when you look at value for your euro spent on Neymar, he isn't exactly the first on the team sheet for PSG. But that's just because he isn't always healthy. The funny thing is, or perhaps the sad and frustrating thing if you're PSG, Neymar has now completed one more full season than he did at Barcelona. He completed 4 at the Catalan club, while he has completed 5 full seasons with PSG. And despite an entire season more in Paris, Neymar has made almost a season's worth fewer appearances for PSG. 144 to Barcelona's 186. That's not good. That's really bad value for money if we are just looking at it from the perspective of, is this player available to me when I need him, you know? In the 5 seasons that Neymar has been in Paris, he has only made 30 or more appearances on 2 occasions. And that's across all competitions, man. I repeat, that is for all competitions. In France, there are 38 matches in the league season, and the most that Neymar has been available for while with PSG has been 22, which was during the 2021-22 season. Yes, that is the most he has been available for. His league appearances year over year have been as follows: 20, 17, 15, 18, and 22. So I guess when I saw him play in Ligue 1 last season, I could count myself lucky, as that's a bit of a collector's item. His appearances across all competitions have been as follows: 30, 28, 27, 31, 28. So yes, he's often appearing in just over or around 50% of the available matches for PSG across all competitions. So that's one thing that must be considered when speaking about Neymar. I was going to highlight what else he brings as far as goals, assists, etc. But to be honest, if one of your top players and top paid players isn't available for around 50% of the matches, and often important ones as well, I mean, I don't care what you do against Clermont or Lorient, my friend. When you look at his FB ref stats, they of course are still great amongst the elite players, because he still is an elite player. Absolutely. Neymar is one of the best players of his generation, and that's just a fact. Anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is simply allowing their hate for him to cloud their vision. But again, it's still hard for me to care about your analytics and the underlying data when you're only available for around 50% of the matches played in a single season, you know? And the other aspect to consider, there are some conflicting reports going around about Neymar's contract. No, I'm not here to argue the value of it. Not here to argue what he brings to PSG as far as commercial benefits, etc. Not here to argue about how much compensation he makes, because I think we can all agree on one thing: he gets paid a fuckload. He gets paid more than most. He has an S-tier contract when you look at the football pyramid. And so when you are speaking about the possibility of your club being able to afford him, well, there are few who can pick up those wages. And so that means that Neymar would likely have to take a massive pay cut if he was to join another team. Now, the conflicting reports part of this all, there was some discussion in the French media about a clause in his contract that would be triggered on July 1st, 2022. That would automatically extend Neymar's contract by 1 additional year, which would take him all the way to 2027 with PSG. LAKEY claimed that as part of his contract extension from 2021, Neymar's contract would automatically renew until 2027 as of July 1st, 2022, but Le Parisien has put the record straight. That contract extension that Neymar signed in spring of 2021, which took him all the way to June of 2025, had a clause in it that would allow the Brazilian to choose to extend his contract year upon year. In July of 2021, Neymar exercised the option, meaning his contract added a further year, taking it to June of 2026. Again, according to Le Parisien, the scenario is the same this summer as well. If Neymar so chooses, on July 1st, 2022, he has the option to add another year to his contract, which would take him to July of 2027. It's not an automatic extension. It is an option that Neymar himself must exercise within 2 weeks. But man, what a contract, eh? I mean, Bale would be proud. Neymar essentially was able to put the ball in his court, being able to extend his contract over and over if he so chooses, and playing until 2027 would take him to 35 years of age. This contract was heavily in favor of Neymar, in my opinion. Guy signed a 4-year contract, 21 to 25. That can become a 6-year contract if he so chooses. Pretty decent when you're on the wages he's on. As you'll remember, he makes a load of money. It is indeed the silly season when it comes to the football calendar, as we have seen football culture evolve to the point where, people are actually making a living off of spreading rumors. Not that I can talk. I make a living off of speaking to a camera in my room, so why are you listening to me? Anyway, Neymar has allegedly been offered around to various clubs, with Juventus being brought up quite often as a possibility for Neymar. Apparently, with this new direction that PSG want to take, they'll see guys like Neymar not be welcome around the club anymore. This is something that I mused about in my Luis Campos video recently, where I basically said that Campos could be the most impactful signing that PSG have made because he will try to force a new direction for the club, a new way of doing things. And Nasser Al-Khelaifi's comments that came just 2 days ago, on June 22nd, 2022, sort of echoed the sentiment. Nasser had this to say about the future of PSG. Quote, "Perhaps we should change our slogan. Dream bigger is good, but today we must be realistic. We don't want flashy bling-bling anymore. It's the end of the glitter." If this wasn't directed at someone like Neymar, then I don't know who it was directed toward, as Nasser has expressed frustrations surrounding Neymar in the past as well. But with Luis Campos coming in, comes a complete change in how PSG do things. I mean, already this summer, if they are to be confirmed, then the signings of Vitinha and Renato Sanchez are a massive departure from the so-called bling-bling of the past PSG. Renato and Vitinha provide a ton of talent at a much lower price for the Paris club, making them a younger team as well. And so PSG's recruitment strategy under Campos will be fascinating to watch. The guy's track record, I mean, he's a kingmaker in Ligue 1, and he has apparently signed off on PSG's willingness to sell Neymar for a satisfactory offer. Now, the question is, does Neymar want to leave? I would assume that he doesn't. But that's just an assumption. And if we are to take the words of his former agent to heart, then this would confirm that he doesn't want to go. Take what you will from this quote, because again, it is Neymar's former agent. But Wagner Ribeiro said, quote, "Despite rumors on his departure, Neymar is only focused on PSG and he wants to win Champions League there. He'll be working on this dream again." If I look at this critically, I think that Neymar will stay at PSG because of that big contract that they offered him. It's another Bale kind of situation in that very specific regard. A massive contract that no player would walk away from willingly, and not many clubs would want to match due to 1, the load of money that Neymar demands, and 2, the load of matches that Neymar misses per season. If I had to guess, PSG would be stuck with him, and I say stuck with him assuming that they do want to get rid of him. They might be happy to have him around. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Neymar will be leaving PSG this summer, or is it just par for the course? Another summer, another rumor surrounding a Neymar move. Let me know. And also, subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any more coverage from me here. I'm Adrian. This is Rabona TV. And I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.